Welcome back. We're here to talk about Monday night's Premier League match between QPR and Aston Villa. Matt, QPR come into this on the back of a demoralising defeat against Liverpool, really.
It was very disappointing, wasn't it? I think there's a lot of positives to take with the performance, but to throw it away like that, to equalise and then to just... I mean, at the end, they had that free kick, didn't they? And that's where it came from. And there was that thing with Corker and Dunn calling each other, calling Corker back. And it's naive defending. It's bad at this level of football, at any level of football. You can't afford to do that. But I think Harry Redknapp called for a reaction from his players, didn't he? Sort of an attitude change. I think he got that. They should have won the game, shouldn't they? If you're looking at it, as a whole, they probably should have been 2-0 up. I think Leroy Fer missed that absolute sitter, didn't he? He over the bar. But it's disappointing to lose, but if Harry Redknapp's actually going to look at the game and think, we're up against a Liverpool side, probably should have beaten them and played well, so there's positives to take.
Yeah, to be fair, that game should have been dead and buried by half-time, shouldn't it? So there are positives for QPR to take from it, but the fact remains that they're bottom of the table, 4 points from 8 games. They've only taken 1 from the last 15 available, and that's a huge worry. They're in danger of getting cut adrift if they don't start picking up points soon. It's all good, performing well, and 2 goals will please them because they were joint lowest scores going into that match. So there are positives, it's all good, but they need to start picking up points now.
I think off the field issues haven't helped either, have they? The latest thing with Tarat and Redknapp, is he overweight, 3 stone overweight, not training, stuff like that. There's no winners in that. It doesn't help the club, it doesn't help Redknapp, it doesn't help Tarat, it doesn't help anyone. It's not helpful in this sort of situation. It's sort of a war of words, isn't it? I think Tony Fernandes is issuing an apology, or he has done. He's in the middle of doing that, trying to sort it out because it's embarrassing for the club. I mean, I've always been a big fan of Tarat. I think he's got a lot of ability, isn't he? It's just his attitude is wrong. He's picking up 70 grand a week. He was at AC Milan and he was keeping people like Kaká and Robinho out the team, and he's got a lot of ability, but you need fighters in that situation. I don't think Tarat's that sort of character. I don't think he's really got that in his makeup. But I mean, for this particular game, they're entering at home against Villa, and might fancy themselves.
Yeah, Villa come into this in terrible form. Really lost 4 in a row now. I think they've conceded 11 goals in the process and not scored 1. Granted, it has been a very hard run. They can't wish for a harder one, really. 5 games in a row against last season's top 5. And to be fair, a win over Liverpool at the start of that run, 3 points from those 5 games, might be more than a lot of people were expecting anyway. Still, it's disappointing. They need to get back to winning ways now that they've ended that run, and probably a match against bottom of the table is the perfect way to do it.
I mean, their away form has been quite good this season, hasn't it? I mean, that's been the story of Villa over the last few seasons, isn't it? They're always quite good away from home. It's just their home form where teams sit in. They're a counter-attacking team, aren't they, Villa? And that's where they get the most of their results from. Benteke is obviously recently back, which is very important for them, but he needs time. But I think a lot of people are thinking he's going to be the sort of saviour to turn it around, but he can't really do that himself. He needs people around him, people like Cleverley, who has been okay since going in there. Delph being out is a big blow, but it's difficult in this particular game. It's certainly going to be an interesting game for this particular thing.
What's your score prediction for it?
I can see a draw in this game. I mean, QPR, like I said, they were good last time out. Villa not been great. Neither of the defences are too solid at the moment. I'm going to back a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I think it might be a draw as well. I think I'll go 1-1 for that. So we're both going for draws here. Thanks for watching.